Morning everyone who's tuned in. So it's our second day of the Eurofurence and we had a lovely day yesterday. We started with a cheetah walk with Furrrr, and today you will meet his siblings Thane and T'Challa, and then the caretakers who will introduce them and spend time with them is Jenna. Hello. Morning Jenna, and Matthew. Morning. So they'll take us to meet Thane and T'Challa and we'll have breakfast with our cheetahs.
Hey, wonderful! So you've met the crew. BT Werewolf says woof woof. Hello BT Werewolf. And then we have Sniffer Raccoon. Good morning.
Morning Sniffer.
Okay, if we're ready we can go in. Let's follow the caregivers.
So just before we go inside the cheetah enclosures, we have to make sure that we are properly disinfected. So that includes our shoes and our hands. We call it F10. It's a veterinary disinfectant. So it minimizes the flow of bacteria between us and the animals. So very, very important.
Okay, let's quickly dip our shoes.
Safety is number one.
Safety comes first.
Okay.
Great. And you guys can follow us right through.
So after you. I have to make sure all the gates are closed. So like I said, safety does come first, as we are dealing with the world's fastest land mammal over here.
Yeah, so you guys are going to follow Jenna inside.
Will do.
You guys are going to follow me. Okay, you guys can come inside. Alright, you can follow Matthew over
You
there.
guys can just stand over here with me. So over there we have Thane and T'Challa. The one on the right hand side, his name is Thane, and his brother on the left behind the rock over there is T'Challa. So these guys are only about 23 months old, so which means they're not fully grown yet. They'll only be fully grown at the age of 3 years old.
Oh wow.
So they have a little bit more growing to do.
There you have it. So these big boys still need to grow some more. Okay.
So the one that is closest to us, his name is Thane. So that's the cheetah that I am responsible for. And he's the one that I train and look after. And yes, like my colleague said, Matthew, basically they are turning 2 years on the 21st of September. So they were born in 2018.
That is also the birthday of the owner of the Cango Wildlife Ranch, Mr. Andrew Erickson.
Oh, wow.
So it's a very special day indeed.
Definitely.
Okay. But if you guys like, we can have a closer look.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
I'll
go
just go
closer.
over first to make sure he's okay with having us inside. But for now, you guys can just hang around with Jenna over here.
Okay, if you want, you guys can follow me this side. You can stand. Maybe you guys can see them better. The one at the back is actually purring.
Happy to see us.
So he's super happy. Okay, so we're gonna go around that way.
He's playing peekaboo over here. Okay, let's go check out.
Okay, so it is still very early in the morning, so they are quite active. We generally only feed them at 10 o'clock and then again at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So they get fed twice a day.
And how much meat?
So we give them 900 grams per serving, so in total 1.8 kilograms.
Guys are welcome to come a bit closer.
Okay, we're going to go a bit closer. Okay, let's just go to this side, then you can see his face
Yeah,
nicely.
you guys can just come around like that.
So
Okay.
here is the beautiful T'Challa.
You guys can hear him purr. He's all happy this morning. Look at that fluffy tail.
And for those that have seen the Black Panther movie, I'm sure you guys know T'Challa, King
King of Wakanda.
King of Wakanda. Almost forgot that one.
Look at this beautiful, beautiful boy.
Okay, and maybe we can give them a little bit of a brush.
Okay, so it's brush time. We're getting ready for today, for all the visitors they'll have. Making ourselves all pretty.
Yeah, and the brushing also helps with the removal of some hair because they don't have a winter or summer coat.
Okay.
So they lose hair right throughout the year. Yeah. As you can see, he's very playful this morning.
Playful. He just forgets his size.
Yeah, so there always needs to be those boundaries between us as people and the animals.
Yes.
So for him it is him playing, so it's not really such a bad thing. But we have to just make sure that those boundaries aren't broken, because they are still wild animals, so they can still hurt us. So they must make sure that they know not to do that. But it's just playful behavior.
UWU, hi! You time. Oh,
Incoming.
don't worry, here we have an incoming cheetah.
Yeah, so that's Thane playing with his brother T'Challa. They have an extremely strong bond ever since that they were cubs. And I was the fortunate one that was able to hand raise these guys myself. So I've known them since they were just under 3 weeks. So they were extremely tiny when I knew them.
There you have it. So from tiny cubs, Jenna raised them. And now they're her little babies.
Little big babies.
Yes, little big babies.
Yeah, they are like our children. We actually see them more than our own families. Well, I do. Specifically, I do.
So both of these are also part of our ambassador program. They represent their species, and we do guided tours at our facility where people get to meet them and learn about the plight of their species. They are currently listed as vulnerable, and we are here to protect them and to tell their story.
See all the hair that comes out?
You see, all nice and clean. Okay, so Gisela, so cute, cuddle. Yeah, they look cute to cuddle. Definitely, but here we don't restrain our animals in any way. So we do give them the freedom to walk around without us hugging them and cuddling them, even although it's very difficult since they are so cute. Then UWU time. They are beautiful. Definitely they are. What an amazing animal. And Cairo dog, good morning. Where are you all from? Please drop us your location from where you're watching. We'd like to get to know our fans from all over the world. There we get to play a bit.
And that's not even half the speed that they can go, guys.
So yesterday you saw our junior cheetahs running a bit, playing. Today you see our adults in action.
Wow. On top of the world.
Yeah, so safety first. That's why I had to step in there.
Thank you, Jenna.
Hey, so you can see they're quite some football players over here.
Yeah, there's some very
skillful.
skilled football players.
Definitely.
And, most people wonder, do they ever get to run? Is this enclosure big enough? But for cheetahs, running for them is actually very, very hard work. So they only run to hunt and to run away from danger. And I mean, if you can put it into context, maybe you can do a triple backflip, but it doesn't mean you have to do it every day.
Okay.
So the same concept applies to them. Just because they're the best at running doesn't mean they enjoy doing it. For
Only
them,
when necessary.
yes, only when necessary.
Okay. So we've got UWU time from USA, Sniffer Raccoon in Denmark, Cairo Dog, Germany, Five Fur Lion says good morning.
Oh yes, he was on our feed yesterday. Good morning.
Whoops.
Yeah, so based on what Matthew said about the enclosure, a lot of people ask, isn't this enclosure too small? So basically, that's when our enrichment program is extremely important. So we need to stimulate these guys on a daily basis. As in the wild, their minds are naturally stimulated. So anything like changing up the enclosure, moving branches around, giving them a box with some straw in from another enclosure, just something for them to smell, that will stimulate those senses. You can basically, like if you live in a mansion, but if you have nothing inside that mansion, you'll actually start going crazy.
Okay.
So it just shows you how enrichment is extremely important. So the size of the enclosure doesn't always matter in that sense. Yeah.
But it is still large enough
It
according
is
to all
definitely,
specifications.
yes, definitely is large enough as well.
Yes.
Gisela says cats cuddling each other. They seem like good pals with each other. Definitely. So they are brothers. They did grow up together. So they are definitely the best of pals. And you'll often see them cuddling and lying together and grooming each other. So they are definitely really, really good pals.
So a bit on their history. I'm not too sure if Matthew did mention, but these guys were born in a litter of 5. And their other sibling, Tundi, is actually on our private reserve across the road where you guys were yesterday on the live stream.
They met Thor yesterday on our
and
Cheetah
Thor
Walk.
as well. And 2 other siblings actually also went overseas to Canada.
Okay,
Yes.
fantastic. We have a follower from Canada. I just don't remember his name, but he joined our feed just yesterday.
Okay.
There you have it. Okay, so Gisela says from Finland. Then UU time says it's like 3 a.m. from them in their country. So thank you for tuning in early in your morning. So our day is just getting started.
Just on that note, on the 27th of March, when lockdown started, we immediately had to close our doors. And that meant no visitors, no income. It's been a difficult road for us, but we are very fortunate. A little over 2 weeks ago, we, due to COVID regulations opening up, were able to open the ranch again. And we've got people visiting us this weekend. We are open already. They'll start pouring in, and we've got COVID officials and guides that will take them and show them all our beautiful furry family members. We are extremely grateful to be open to the public again, as our animals also showed signs of, missing visitors and all the attention, but they were well taken care of.
Definitely.
So we have Ricky Torangen from Belgium. And Gisela says just give the cat a ball. Definitely, cats love balls and boxes. That we also see with our big cats. They love their boxes as well. Siagi's Secret says they do the same tail motion as tiny house cats do. That's so sweet. Definitely. That's really sweet. Maybe they can tell you a bit more about the way their tail and body works for their speed.
Yeah, so their tails are actually flat and not round like most cats or most big cats. And that basically just acts like a rudder of a boat. So basically to help them steer, you can imagine on those high speeds, they have to be able to make those sharp turns. And an interesting fact is they can actually make a turn or a 90-degree turn at 80 kilometers an hour without losing any speed. So that's what of a big role the tail plays. And you can imagine if you do that with your car, I don't think you'd survive.
Are you giving it to me?
And they have long dog-like legs, flexible spine. But one of their best senses is actually their eyesight. They can potentially spot their prey up to 4.8 kilometers away. So you definitely don't want to be playing hide and seek with one of them, because they'll definitely spot you.
Everything about them basically helps them hunt and survive in the wild.
There you have it. Oh, we have Pauls Lee here. So Pauls Lee,
Paisley.
yes,
Welcome.
he is one of our big streamers. He helped us with the fundraising event earlier this year, where we did some streaming for conservation. So hello to you.
Yes, Paisley helped us raise much needed funds. Like I mentioned earlier, we had no income from March till June, and we started a fundraiser, and our number one priority was caring for our animal family. We had to make sure that they were looked after, that we could feed them daily, and we are very grateful for people from all over the world who joined us and sent us donations to save the ranch.
Thank you guys. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible.
So Paulsley, just to answer your question, tourists not yet, so that means international travel is not yet allowed. They reckon that will only happen in February, but they have opened the borders for our locals. So our locals are supporting us at the moment, and we're very grateful for that. During the week it's very quiet, but the weekends we tend to have a bit more people, and that helps us as well to get funds generated, to make sure that everybody is cared for.
Okay. Furrrr Lion says, wish you the best of luck on opening. Thank you so much, Furrrr Lion.
Yes, Paulsley, you definitely owe us a visit.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd love to meet you guys.
Yes, what Paulsley did with his streaming for conservation, he actually built the ranch, a replica of the ranch. So it was really hard work, amazing work done, and it generated a lot of exposure for us.
So if you are a Planet Zoo fan, please go check out Paulsley's page. That's definitely something interesting to watch.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we've got our male lion tribe announcing the day. Roaring, powerful.
Can you guys hear that?
You guys can just stand in front over here.
Who is that with you?
So this is T'Challa.
T'Challa.
So T'Challa, Thane's brother. T'Challa's trainer is Leandra, but unfortunately she couldn't be here today. So shout out to you, Leandra. Good. Okay. So we can show you how our encounters work. So basically, what we do here is we make sure the cat is completely fine before we bring the visitors over to touch. So like we said, safety does come first. So everything is good. So we only allow visitors to touch the back of the head, the back and the sides over here.
No hugging, no constraint.
Hugging. Yes.
We respect the animal.
So there must always be those boundaries because they are still wild animals.
So I can tell you that he's a very fortunate cheetah. He's got a few adopters, and that just simply means that we involve our visitors in becoming proactive. So when you get here and you interact with the cheetah and you decide you want to help him, you pay a small amount, and then for that next year that money helps us take care of them.
You can hear him purr again. He's all happy.
Really happy. So that's the sound of contentment. So that's the first sign we actually look for. Usually when we come over, as soon as they start purring, we know that they are actually happy and more than willing to let you guys come over and say hi. And you can see all this hair at the back. So your males have a lot of hair. So when they are babies, they have hair that runs from the head all the way down to the base of the tail. And as they get older, they actually lose the hair. So you can see he only has hair over here. So here is the mantle. Okay, so that's how you differentiate between male and female. The males have that hair on the back, and the females generally lose all of that hair.
Okay.
And then the males are also very social. So they'll form groups, usually between 2 and 6 males in a group. And these two will stay together for life. So they have formed what we call a coalition. And then the females are solitary. So they are extremely independent. And she'll raise all of her cubs on her own.
Amazing mothers.
Definitely.
So all of the people say they heard the lions earlier. That is a beautiful sound.
Yeah.
You can hear here's the king. And then we have Sobu Hashi from that says morning. Drusilla says, nice to hear that you've been able to get at least some visitors, even though the borders to other countries aren't open yet.
Definitely.
And he also heard the lions. So yes, so thank you to all our locals, but we can't wait to have all of our international guests. We want them to experience these beautiful animals.
For those that don't know much about the Cango Wildlife Ranch, we have an amazing program called Wild Animal Volunteers, and we've got a member as part of Eurofurence. His name is Futeku, and he has been here for 6 years consecutively, volunteering 1 month, and he helps to take care of our cheetahs, spends quality time with them.
Listen to that purr.
Oh,
So this
he's
is
a
Thane,
cheetah.
and T'Challa is the one that's walking around here.
He's hungry, waiting for his
Yes.
food.
So that means he's anticipating his food. So it's not always a bad thing when they are pacing up and down the fences.
They are really excited, just like most of us probably love our food. We can't wait to eat.
Especially this guy over here. He's a very food motivated boy. And then you guys are going to be fortunate enough to see a short session of mine of me actually training him. So you're going to see how much he loves his food. So like they mentioned in yesterday's live stream, we do positive reinforcement with the food.
Okay, these sounds remind me of Romania countryside, says Sobu Hashi. These cheetahs are so cute. Definitely they are beautiful boys.
Alrighty.
There we go.
Yeah, to touch base on what Jenna said with the training, what we call it is actually husbandry training. So with that, so the husbandry training involves with them for them to willingly participate in their own medical procedures. So with this training, we use a clicker, and as I said, with the training, they willingly participate in their own medical procedures. So it's not necessary for us to sedate them during medical checkups. So we can weigh them, we can check them for injuries, we can do medical procedures on them basically without putting them to sleep, which lowers the stress factor surrounding that. So all in all, at the end of the day, it's not their fault that they are here, and they deserve 100% quality of life and also stress-free. And with this husbandry training, we can ensure that.
Yes, so Paul Slee says, wow, that's amazing. We can't get house cats to go to the vet here. Yeah, so we do train them from very, very young. This afternoon, you will actually be able to see from 1 o'clock, you'll get to see a training video where we share how we train them from a little baby. You can see how we crate train them since they're cubs, and how we do it all to get them to the vet without a hassle. You can hear him purring. He is just loving it. Oh, this beautiful noise, beautiful sounds.
And then you can see the claws up and close. You want to go closer? These guys have a non-retractable claws, which definitely helps them when they need to run very fast so they don't slip on the ground. Just like a runner's shoe. Of course, it's a bit higher up so it doesn't make contact with the ground. So it's extremely sharp, and it can grow up to 3 centimeters long, and they can also shed that claw. Good boy.
He's so relaxed.
He is. He's definitely very relaxed. We've had no issues with him whatsoever, and he loves everybody equally.
Okay, so Fenmarsh says, loving the stream. What activities do you do to stimulate them mentally?
So the activities that we do with our cheetahs, these guys specifically, what we usually do is the bonding that we've been doing this morning. So just by throwing a ball or throwing the jolly egg, that big ball over there, if you want to show them that ball over there.
There we go, there's the jolly egg.
Any toys we can throw around and they'll actually chase after it, so that's very stimulating for them. These boys are probably the most active cheetahs we do have on the ranch, so they're extremely playful. And even the lure, we also bring the lure in. T'Challa over there actually extremely loves the lure as well. And even the branch, I'm not too sure if the branch is in here, he would chase even a branch. So that's the activities that we'll do with them to stimulate them. And even the encounters itself are actually quite stimulating. So bringing in new people every now and then to come say hi to them is extremely stimulating.
So if you guys tuned in yesterday, we did a cheetah walk as well. That also formed part of the enrichment program. New sounds, new smells, they just love it. You guys are more than welcome to tune in onto our YouTube channel again. Go check it out. Yesterday's cheetah hike and cheetah walk is on there if you've missed it.
Okay, so we can see if he wants to run again. So Matthew's gonna throw the ball for you guys, and then you can see how the tail works when they are running. Hopefully. There we go. You can see how the tail swings from side to side. So like Matthew said, it's like a rudder of a boat. So it helps them for steering.
And also, just to touch back on the wild animal volunteer thing, one of their duties or their objectives with us is to also help us build enrichment for all of our animals. So what that basically entails is them building objects for our animals, which the animals then can explore using all their senses. And that's also another form of enrichment that also the volunteers get to help us out with. At the end of the day, it's also rewarding not only for the animals, but for us who makes them these nice treats and objects for them to explore, just to see how anything, literally a box with some straw from the hippos, can blow their mind. And that way they stay happy on a daily basis.
Okay. Seike Secret says, yes, the tail. Yes, that tail of them, it's an amazing thing. Sketch Blob, welcome back. He joined our stream yesterday. Good morning.
Good morning.
What time is it there by you?
You can actually see T'Challa is eating the plants over there. So just like normal cats, they also sometimes do eat grass and other plants.
Is that a speckworm?
Yes, it's a speck.
Okay.
That's speckworm.
So tell us more about this wonder plant, Jenna. Or Matthew.
I think I'll leave that one for Jenna.
So speckworm we refer to as a wonder plant. It takes the bad air and converts it into good oxygen for us. And it's a plant that grows here in our area, and we are very fortunate to have it in Oudtshoorn especially. We have it on our time.
So, is it Ubu time? I think it's a bit difficult for us to say. Just correct me if I'm saying it right. Do we say it Ubu time? Then Sobu Hashi says it's 2 minutes past 10 there.
Yes. Okay, we got it right.
Ah, awesome. Thank you. So we have it right. Ubu time.
You guys can come closer this side again. Even on that side if you like.
Tail.
You can see how flat the tail is. They have long dog-like legs as well for running. And then all these beautiful spots on the body acts as camouflage. So it is very important, especially in the wild. And each cheetah has their own unique spot pattern as well. And the black hairs are actually a lot softer than the brown blonde hairs because it's much longer and thinner. Good boy, and this is the main distinguishing characteristic of a cheetah. The long black tear lines that run from the sides of the eyes to the around the mouth area.
And also, if you shave the hair off, the spots actually go onto the skin. So it's basically like a fingerprint.
All the way through.
All the way through.
So there you have
Very
it.
unique.
That is how unique these beautiful animals are. That's their fingerprints. The little spots all over their body.
He's nice and relaxed
Good
now.
boy. Yeah. So soon enough he's going to be quite active and start pacing, like T'Challa was earlier. That's when we know he wants his food now. And we feed them either horse or donkey meat in a mince form. And then we also give them organs and skin. So we keep the diet as natural as possible. As in the wild, they'll also eat some skin and organs of other animals.
I see Uvu Time says that he or she would love to hug them.
Don't we all want to hug them?
Saiki says love the purring. Oh yes, the purring is the best part.
Good boy.
Definitely.
Okay, so Sketch Blob asks if we have seen a king cheetah. So there is a facility in South Africa that do have king cheetahs, and it's a very big wish of ours to hopefully one day add a king cheetah to our animal family collection.
They are beautiful animals.
For those that don't know, the king cheetah has got black stripes running
Yes,
on their back.
they're much
Very
darker.
unique and not something you often see.
Yeah, it's a recessive gene. Good. But if you guys have any more questions, you're more than welcome to ask.
Yeah, you can see how relaxed he is, but he can be up in a split second just like that. I mean, they're not the fastest land mammals in the world for nothing. Interesting fact about them is that he can go about 27 meters per second. So these nice, long, strong back legs you see here gives them that thrust they need it when they need it the most. Also, their feet only touches the ground about every 7 meters when running at full speed. And as most of you know, the highest recorded speed is about 120 kilometers an hour for a cheetah, but they can only keep that speed up for about 400 to 500 meters. And if they exceed that amount, they can actually run themselves to death.
Yes, psyche secrets, it's like you say, a person feels like hugging, but there's no hugging. And like we explained earlier, we only allow stroking on certain parts of the cheetah. Okay, and then I see, guys, it's already 9 o'clock. We are going to start with their feeding and then a bit of training. Stay tuned.
Okay. Just waiting for the feed. So, Uwe Time says, why is the belly so fluffy?
Yeah, so these guys, they're actually not fully grown yet, like Matthew did say. So they are actually naturally fluffy at their bellies, but when they're babies, they're actually even more fluffier. But the hair, they actually do keep a lot of their hair at their bellies, so that is definitely normal.
So it's just a really lovely fluffy animal.
Listen to that purr, everyone. That's what life is all about. That purr creates so much respect when people come to meet them and they look them in the eyes and they realize that, you know what, we are here for a bigger reason and we are here to protect them.
Just shows you how stress-free they are.
You can see brushing again.
Sketch Blob, it's like you say, it's the best purr. I remember when I had my first cheetah encounter when I started working here over 8 years ago. When I heard that purr, in fact, I was a bit scared, but it's amazing, and to realize that that animal is perfectly happy, but you just realize that they are a wild animal and you need to respect them, and that's why we are here, to protect them. Unfortunately, wild open spaces are what's a big cause in the decline of their numbers. People refer to it also as the bush meat challenge, and so we are lucky to have them here as part of our family and to care and protect them.
There's a perfect example of how Thane is. He likes to see the world upside down as well, so he's very unique.
Everyone has their own special character and personality.
All our animals have their own personalities.
Yeah, and to touch up on what Carmen said about them having such a hard time in the wild, it is the habitat loss. They still come into conflict with farmers to this day, and people are also poaching them for their skin. And also they also form part of the illegal pet trade. So there's a lot of contributing factors which makes their stay in the wild basically impossible. But by having them here, as Jenna said, their two siblings did go to Canada. So we are in connection with just over 250 facilities worldwide, accredited like-minded facilities where we do swap our bloodlines for the cheetahs. And that way we can strengthen their genetics and also keep it diversified. Income. Okay, so
Hello, here we have a curious one.
So, yeah, he's just biting on his dew claw. So sometimes, like I said, it does shed, so it is quite sensitive when it does shed. So that's probably why he's biting on his claw.
Brother coming to check what's going on.
Everything's fine.
Oh, bullying. Oh, typical brother love.
Okay, so I think we're going to get the food ready. We can just go to the gate quickly.
Hey, let's go grab their food.
So we can move in one
Yay.
group. So we're always safer in a group, as your cheetahs like to single out the weakest one. So if you're not in a group and you're standing alone, then they will target you.
So don't be weak.
Yes.
And listen to the rules.
Yes.
Instinct will always be there.
Okay, so let's go grab their food. So this is what a normal morning routine with the animal caregivers are.
Yes.
Then it's food time. Some nice yummy mince.
Yummy. So this is T'Challa's food, and this is Thane's food. It's exactly the same amount. But this one doesn't have any skin in because T'Challa is a bit more fussy than Thane. Because as I said, Thane loves food completely, so nothing bothers him. So Matthew's just putting in some supplements. So we just added the salt, and then we're going to add some predator powder. So we alternate between two different supplements every morning. So the one day we give predator powder, and then the next day we give them carnivore calcium.
To make sure they get everything they need.
Everything that they do need that they would get naturally in the wild.
So annually our supplement budget is close to 60,000 Rand. And our animal feeding budget is approximately 800,000 Rand annually. For us to take care of one cheetah a month in our currency is 3,500 Rand.
So you hear it's quite an expensive thing.
They know their food is
You can
coming.
see they are ready. They are hungry.
They know their daily routine.
Yes. So as you can see, the food gets prepared and it's almost all ready for them.
Okay, and this is the pouch that I put the meat in, and then that's going to go around my waist. And I make sure that I feed him most of it because he is very food motivated and eager, especially in the mornings. So I'm just going to give him most of his food.
Yeah, so the one we're going to feed in is Night House, just to give Jenna and Thane some space for their training session. Okay.
I'm going to put this around my waist.
Okay.
Yeah, also big shout out to Yolandi, a volunteer that made us these nice pouches, our training pouches.
Thank you so much. You are a lifesaver.
So now we sorted.
So as you can see, this just makes the job so much easier for our trainers. So thank you to the volunteers. They help us so much. So we definitely can't wait for the borders to open because we miss them.
Okay, you ready?
Ready for food.
Yes, the belly fluff, it's so cute.
So you guys can follow us on the inside.
Okay.
Okay, and then Carmen, will you just close the gate?
I will.
he's gonna go get fed in his night house because I can't train if that one is outside as well. Because he might just interfere with the session.
Look at this one. Hello, excited.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Okay, so Sketchblob says wearing white clothing around blood is dirty and very brave. So it's actually not white clothes. We actually wear stone-colored clothes,
yes,
or khaki. So this is a very light color indeed, but we do. So we are very strict on our hygiene protocols. So we do make sure all of our clothes get washed every day, and it's not all blood stained and things like that.
So Psyche Secrets says that our cats are well behaved when it comes to their food. They definitely are.
Yeah, these guys do like their food and they are quite well behaved, yes. Oh, and over time says the food looks good, by the way. Oh yes, well, as he's gulping up all his food, you can assume it's really good. He's loving it.
Yeah, and they get a total of 1.8 kilograms daily. So 2 servings a day of 900 grams each. So their bellies are more than satisfied at the end of the day.
Yeah,
A
they are.
healthy, balanced diet. No overeating, no overfeeding to keep them at a good weight as well.
Exactly.
Okay, so Jenna's just waiting for him to finish up and she can start her training session. We'll also get to see some more about this training, why we do it, how it's done with all our different animals in this afternoon's video. Every last bit in his bowl. He's definitely loving it. Okay. He also plays a big role in our Cheetah Preservation Foundation. Carmen can tell you a bit more about that.
So Futeko is one of our benefactors. Annually, when he visits us, he donates towards our pest control system. So what we do, we use what we call Seresto flea collars, like you would with your domestic dogs and cats, and we use them with our cheetahs across the road at that reserve where we did the cheetah walk yesterday, and those collars keep them healthy and pest free, and we couldn't have done it without him. The cost of one of these collars is 800 Rand, and we need about 20 collars twice a year for our cheetahs to keep them healthy and happy.
So as you can see, by simple commands and signs, Jenna can communicate to her beautiful boy. Cairo Dog says he eats really fast. Yes, he does. They're the fastest land animals and probably then the fastest eaters as well.
For those that don't know much about the Cango Wildlife Ranch, the CPF, Cheetah Preservation Foundation, is a subdivision, and what we do, we generate funds to care for our animals. We are a privately owned facility, and it's been here in Oudtshoorn for 35 years already, and we don't get any government funding. We have to generate all our income. Okay. Making sure he gets every little bit.
Yeah, he's a very good boy. He cleans his
Their tongues.
It actually feels when they hunt in the wild, they'll actually start licking the meat off of the bones. So that's why they do have rough tongues. So if I let him lick me for, let's say, 10-20 minutes straight, he can actually start taking my skin off.
So there you have it. Definitely some really rough tongues. Oh, and the brother is back. Out every bit he can.
In his brother's bowl.
Checking if the brother ate everything.
Just like siblings, they need to check up what the other one had.
Yeah, sometimes Stain actually finishes his food before T'Challa, so he'll actually go and try and steal his food as well. But they'll just sort each other out.
Typical brothers.
Definitely.
Who else has a brother with that brother love?
So he can be a greedy boy as well, but he's a beautiful greedy boy. Good boy.
He loves your hands.
Good. So you can see we're not food, he's just licking it. Good boy. There we
It's
go.
like when we finish the bag of chips,
So good.
licking off all our fingers.
Yes.
And licking is also one of the ways they show affection towards each other and also to us. And that's why most people ask, don't they get tired of being touched the whole day? The way we touch them actually simulates licking. So with a nice confident stroke, that's how the mother or they would show each other affection, and it's exactly the same with us. So they enjoy it just as much as you do. Good boy.
So they love their breakfast. So they'll eat again at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And when they are cubs or junior cheetahs, they get fed 3 times a day. But when they are adults, so from 1 year, we only feed them twice a day.
This Siaki Secret says, my cat tries to steal my dog's food. Yeah. Struggles of a cat-dog life. Every time, that's cute. It is so cute.
So just the other day, he actually ran into a branch. So that's why his face looks like that. So we just assessed him, made sure he was fine, and he is completely fine. So these guys are extremely tough.
So it's just like your normal kids.
Yeah.
Climbing trees, running around.
Good boy. Okay.
Oh, you can still hear that purr. He's so happy now.
He's after the
So we have 10 minutes. Do you want to go down the catwalk a bit? Or do we just go to Mabuti? Okay. So we're basically done with our breakfast, but we have a surprise for you. We're going to visit a local celebrity, as we call him. So his name is Mabuti. He is a serval, and I also know that another Eurofurence member, Stephen, is the adopter of Mabuti. Let's go meet him.
Okay. So thank you, Thane. Thank you, T'Challa. You guys were awesome. We love you.
Thank you, baby.
Okay, so we're just going to go across the hall to Mabuti. Goodbye, boy.
T'Challa, you were a great host.
Okay, we're just quickly waiting for Mabuti's things, and then we can go over to him. So Sniffer Raccoon says, you are spoiling us. Oh, it's a big pleasure, Sniffer. We're just so happy that you guys can join us. It's always a pleasure to share what we do and our love for and passion for our animals. Thank you, Cheetah Gang from Siaki Secrets. Okay, so here we are with Mabuti, our serval. As you can see, he's also excited. He knows he's getting played with.
Yeah, so that's normal. Every morning, Mabuti does pace, and there could be multiple reasons for it. One could be because he's looking for food. Or we do have some mongooses on the other side of the fence. So you might have seen or heard something on that side. Okay, so we can go have a closer look.
So curious, definitely. Just like all cats probably, they like to investigate.
Just to tell you a bit more about Mabuti. So he makes the rules. Some days he'll decide to sleep until 2 o'clock, sometimes even 3 o'clock, and then other days, like today, we are very fortunate. He decided to grace us with his presence quite early. And we respect that behavior. We never force him to try and wake him up earlier. It's entirely his choice.
So Wildrod asks, with the food they get, are vitamin supplements and so forth required or added to the meat?
Yes.
The supplements, yes, are
we,
required.
We also give Mabuti supplements. So all the animals on the ranch actually do get supplements, especially our carnivores. We also give them predator powder, the same as with the cheetahs.
Okay, so there you have it, Wildrod. So they do get supplements. It is necessary for them, and we make sure that they get the correct quantities and that they are all healthy.
Yeah, so Mabuti will pace until he's done pacing, and then he'll actually go lay at the back. So there where the grass is a bit longer, he'll love to go there, and he'll actually take his naps there as well.
Okay, so there's probably an animal or a bird or something he saw just on the outside of his fence. He likes to catch birds from time to time.
Yeah, definitely. These guys are extremely amazing hunters. Definitely Africa's most successful cat hunter.
You can see it almost looks like your small house cat, but definitely not.
Yes. Extremely good at climbing trees. These guys do have retractable claws, unlike the cheetah. So they have really sharp claws to climb trees and also to catch birds in flight. They'll actually smack them in mid-air, sometimes killing them instantly. And you can see how long his legs are. They have the longest legs in comparison to the body size out of all the cat species, and also the largest ears.
Those ears they can hear up to 1 meter underground for the rodents.
Wow.
And yeah.
So there you have it. What a beautiful, beautiful cat.
Yeah, he's stunning.
Oh, he sees a ball. Maybe the item on the other side is a bit more interesting than his ball. He loves his ball. So he was checking it out. Maybe, maybe not. Nah, maybe a bird for breakfast is even better.
And a lot of people, I think they are baby cheetahs as well. So that's also a problem that we are facing. They get sold off as baby cheetahs on the market. So it's very, very sad. Yes.
Pet trade.
In the pet trade.
Okay, so there's Mabuti for you. Guys, please remember to go check out our YouTube channel. There's some more videos, Mabuti playing and all of our other animals. If you are interested, please go check it out. And then thank you so much for streaming and for tuning in today. We love having you guys, and we love showing you all our animals and what we do here at the Cango Wildlife Ranch. And yeah, enjoy your day until this afternoon. Remember, at 1 o'clock we will be doing our training video. The way you can tune in and see what we do, how we train our animals. And we are super excited for it. Thank you guys. Just back to Carmen.
Thank you for tuning in, and please, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And I know that you have all our information on your site, and we look forward to sharing our training video with you. And tomorrow afternoon we have a live interview with you guys. Thank you once again for those who have donated to us already.